Hey guys, today's pretty early. I'm making this video about a game I had. Two consecutive games I had yesterday in Warthunder. So the first game I'm flying my JU-87D5 with the two Gunpods. Each has two 20mm in them, and I'm just trying to go for bombers, and we get a bomber bomber spawn right here. I want to go for bombers first, and then if I survive, I can go and try to help my teammates. So the first few minutes, I'm just gonna put a plane at a degree to climb. It's gonna take a while, so I sped the clip up a bit, and we're just climbing. And I believe this plane is made out of faux metal. I'm not sure. That's what I heard. And so I can't take a beating with this plane because it's a bomber and it's quite tough if it's really made out of metal. So this B-34, I try to go for it, but I just don't have the energy to go vertical on him, and he end up turning around and escaping. And later, the action comes in. The F4U and the A22A is trying to go vertical on me, and because I have a higher altitude than them, I'm just gonna just fly straight and let them burn their energy. And like I said, if this plane is made out of metal, I can take a few hits before I go down. And our teammates came in to try to pick one of them off, but I think he fell and he got shot. And I tried to go around to go for this F4U, but F4U is diving away from me. And I'm just turning around, just flying over them and try to see an opportunity. And here comes the opportunity. The A22A is flying directly below me. I'll give him a few spray, and then 20mm that did its job. I'm just gonna. And as I look back, there were two enemy fighters on my tail, F4U and a P40. Yeah. I tried to use my rear gunner to give the F4U a few warning shots. I wasn't expecting to take him out, and I didn't. Luckily, my teammate comes in to help me out a little bit, and I exit my gunner view and try to go around to help them back. But I don't think I ended up with any kills. My teammates just did the job. It was 5 versus 2, anyways. And the F4U ended up diving away and dying nonetheless. And I did not wanted to go for the F4U because this plane climbs really slowly, so I want to maintain my altitude. So I'm gonna speed the clip up a little bit again, and I'm just trying to go to that big cluster of enemies that were focusing on two of our fighters. I believe one went down, and then our team came in to support them. So I'm just again gliding over them and try to find an opportunity to strike, because the firepower, people underestimate your firepower, but in reality you have 6 20mm that can shred people. I've extended my air brakes to control my speed, and I managed to take down the P40E just with a few bursts. And you can just hold down your mouse button and spray because you have plenty of armor, but you can't do that in like BF109s because your ammo is limited. And we took the tail off this guy again. I'm just gonna let him burn out. And our squad mate over there finished the last guy off, which was good. And for the rest of the game, I went for some ground striking, nearly crashing. You'll see, you'll see here, maybe like, yeah, over here, nearly crashed. And then I decided to, and then I realized this F4F is on my squad mate's tail, and then I turned around and try to go for a head-on, but the F4F ended up turning away, and I tried for a few pretty long range shots, but they didn't hit. I ran stealth ammo on this aircraft on the ammo, because with all the guns that are firing, it's kind of hard to see where you're actually aiming. Like the gun tracers uh, will I don't know, hide their plane, so you don't know where to aim. So I'm just gonna chase after this guy. He's pretty slow, I'm pretty slow. I'm just gonna give you a few spray, and then my Gunpods ran out of ammo. But I'm close enough that my original 20mm lasers will do the job. And we finally took him down. We were on 4 kills. And there were 2 enemies left. I wanted to go for an ace, but my team managed to take down the last 2 opponents. And I loaded up in my BF109 E-4 the next game, and the beginning is gonna be just your ordinate how do you say I'm just gonna put the plane into a climb to the side, boost to the side, and this plane climbs really good. I mean, if I wanted to climb, I always ended up on top of my enemies at this tier. So I put it at 20 degrees of climb. My theory of climbing is when you're climbing, you need to gain speed at the same time, because the faster you are, you're climbing faster. And if your speed starts going down, you know, like lower the degrees. So I started with 20, and I lowered down to 17, and later I will lower it down to 15, and finally to 10. I think I ended up near like 5,000 or 6,000, 5,000 meters. And I'm just looking over the battlefield to try to spot any like dive bombers and suicide bombers coming our way. I'm not gonna go for them though, because I wanna climb higher and go for enemy fighters. Yeah, so I put it in 10 degrees climb, and just looking over the battlefield. Over here I spotted a Spitfire in front of me, and he's lower than me, and I don't want to go head on with this guy. Yeah, you don't want to go for head-ons in BF109s, especially this one. So I'm just gonna fly over them and see what he does, and he did nothing. So I did a turn and just easily got on his 6. I don't know what this guy was doing. I had the higher altitude, and I had higher energy, higher speed, so I'm just gonna slowly catch up to him. And he ended up turning right here. I thought maybe he noticed me, but he turned like 40 degrees and then just kept flying straight. And I gave it a few bursts, and I took this guy down. I was pretty proud of my aiming right there, because usually I don't aim that well. And like I said, the 20mm, you only have 120 ammo in the BF109, but you have like hundreds, maybe up to 1,000 in the JU-87. So here's another Spitfire flying to space, and this part is gonna be pretty embarrassing. Some veterans players might say, "Ah, you're trash noob," but oh well. I'm still learning. So I gave him a free burst, but I didn't manage to take him down. So I went for another loop and to try to get on his 6. And he's doing nothing. He's just flying straight, flying towards space. And oops, right, yep. And I didn't want to waste any of my 20 millimeters ammo because this guy is like a bot. He's doing nothing. He's just flying. So I tried to take him down with my MG. And right here, I stalled my plane to get behind him and then put and then turn up the throttle so I can go a bit vertical on him. And then I shot him with a few 20 millimeters and then finished him off with my MGs. And the beginning 2 kills were just free kills for me. You know, they were not doing anything. They didn't even try to dodge my attacks. They didn't try to do any maneuvers. So I'm just gonna put my plane to a climb again and then check out the scoreboard to see who's their top players, because I think there's a high chance they can outskill me because the 2 kills I got were basically free kills. And then that Spitfire is the second top player on their team. And then I put my plane, turned down the throttle to, you know, dive on him and don't break my plane at the same time. And I'm just gonna whittle down the altitude and just hovering over him. Just yeah. I wanted to stay at my altitude, but I don't think anybody was on my level. So I decided to come down and, you know, make more use of my guns and plane. So I managed to drop altitude without breaking my plane. I used to do that, not this time. And I got on his 6, and he's on my BF109 6. Yeah, he still hasn't managed to take him out yet, and he caused me to overshoot. So with my energy, I can go back around and loop around and get on his 6 again. It's no big deal. Plus, this BF109 is being a really good bait for this. So with a few bursts, we managed to take him down. And I think the BF109 is still in flying condition. So I'm just flying straight and to try to gain some altitude before engaging again. I don't want to go for bombers because they're tough and they're gonna burn my 20 millimeter ammo. So I realized there were 2 Spitfires on my 6. One of them is the top player on the team, and then I tell my team that I only have 50 20 millimeters left, and the BF109 is asking for cover, and I looped around, turned back around to see if he actually needs. I loop around to see if he actually needs any covering, just in case, because he is smoking. Maybe his engine got damaged or something. So I did not want to engage here at all, and I see their top player is going directly straight at me, and I didn't want to go for a head-on with him. So I turned back around and tried and started climbing again. And I see the BF109, the Spitfires can't hit the BF109 down below me. I see the Focke-Wulf is committing to engage in this case, and their top player is focusing on our Focke-Wulf. So I decided why not go back in again, because with 50 ammo I think I can burst 2 enemies down. And this Spitfire burns a lot of energy going for that Focke-Wulf by going to a vertical, and this was a 6 shot that I made. I managed to knock out his pilot right there, which was pretty lucky. So yeah, the Spitfire got our Focke-Wulf, and I got their Spitfire. Right now I'm just searching for the other Spitfire that was chasing our BF109, and he was below me. So I have the higher altitude, I have the higher energy. I decided to why not just go in, because he's at a pretty big disadvantage over here, and he's focusing on ground striking. So it should be a pretty easy kill if I do things right, like correctly use my altitude advantage, energy advantage. So I gave him the few bursts, but he didn't manage to go down. I'm just gonna climb up again. And he managed to get on my 6, but he just doesn't have the speed or the energy to catch up to me. I could have just, you know, turn around and go for him again, but at the time I think if I turn around he might be able to catch up to me and destroy me. And even if I turn around, he might force a head-on approach. I mean, he might force a head-on, and I don't want to go for head-ons, because I only have 18 of my 20 millimeters left. So I just want to keep my altitude and see what he does, and react on his actions, you know, to get on his 6. And he's flying past me at this point, and I can get on his 6 pretty easily. He's going for ground targets again, and that's understandable because looking at our tickets, if the enemy team take out a few more ground targets, we would have lost the game. And with the last of our 20 millimeters ammo, we managed to take him down. And there's a hurricane coming after me, and I wanted to go back to base. You can see I was going towards my base right there, but I realized our ticket is just like freaking. You can't even see our ticket, so just why not go back and, you know, take out more targets. Because this game is basically over. There's no way we can win this. They still got 2 bombers. If the bombers drop a few bombs on our tanks, we're done. So yeah, the hurricane went for a vertical on me. He managed to hit me, and you can see that this plane can't take much hits, as you can the bullet holes on our wings. But as he went for a vertical, he lost a lot of energy, so I can easily get on his 6 with higher speed and higher energy to just, you know, play with him. He can't do much with me. I think he's going for the ground targets to try to end the game, but it wasn't enough. So I only have my MGs left, and it seems like this hurricane knows what he's doing, as he caused me to overshoot. But I still have the higher energy, so I don't care that much. I can just go loop around and get on his 6 again. And the hurricane is a pretty heavy fighter, let's say so. And I believe one of our BF110 or 109 just came in and crashed, and the game ended. Yeah, here comes the shots. It's a BF109 F4. Yeah, he crashed and the game was over. I've managed to take him out at the end of the game, but I don't think that kill counted as my kill because the game ended. So anyways, that was the 2 of my, I don't know, probably best games in Warthunder. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out the other videos in my channel, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time.